Hey guys,
Hello.
today is the sixth day of our Halloween movie challenge, and today we watched Annabelle, which is by far our newest movie that we've seen so far, because that one came out in, I believe it was 2014, I think it said. So what did you think of the movie?
It's really scary. One thing you guys learn about me is that I don't do scary movies. So it's actually kind of funny that I'm doing this challenge. But it was good. It was good, but it was just scary for me.
Yeah, it's for those of you that don't know, it's pretty much like a possessed doll. It kind of gave me like a Chucky vibe, like a Child's Play kind of vibe.
Yeah.
But it's different though, which is nice because in Child's Play, the spirit of the criminal goes into the Chucky doll.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that's more or less the idea behind Chucky. Whereas with this one, it's almost like the spirit's not actually in the doll. It's just like the demon or like the spirits are attracted by the doll.
Yeah.
Like you actually see them in the movie, like pick up the doll and move the doll around and stuff like that. So it's
And that to me, for some reason, just makes it so much creepier.
yeah, I kind of liked it better that way. Instead of actually having like the doll get up and walk around and stuff, you actually could like the doll would move, but at certain parts you would see a spirit behind it or
Yeah.
whatever, a demon behind it moving it. So I thought that was kind of cool. I thought it was different. I personally like that way better.
I did like it. For someone that doesn't really like horror movies, that was a good movie. It was very
Yeah,
well put together. The jump scenes aren't like those old movies where it's you hear the music and you know something's gonna happen.
right.
It's really, really good. So I would give it a shot, even if you're not really attracted to horror movies. It was really, really well made.
Yeah, they had a few. It was well made. I mean, like in the very beginning, you have that part where the couple is in their home, and they had that cool shot where it's coming out, where we're looking over their bed out there at their window, right into the neighbor's window, and the neighbor's window is their bedroom,
Yep.
and you see like the light come on. You see them both sit up in bed. Then the husband says something to the wife, runs off screen, and then there's like a loud noise, blood splatter, and then all of a sudden another person comes in towards the wife, and then it goes dark.
Yeah.
And right when it goes dark, you hear a scream, and then the main character from our point of view
Which
sits
is the
up.
next door neighbor.
Yeah, which is the neighbor. She sits up, and now it comes back to our characters. So like little things like that was really nicely done. I thought like that was a really cool scene. I enjoyed that one.
But even the scary scenes where like you see the, I guess, demon,
Yeah.
those were nicely done. Like that was really just like creepy. Along with like you're just sitting there waiting and like looking through your fingers to make sure that it doesn't pop out of the screen, and it was really good.
For me, the only part that was kind of close to that I can remember is the elevator.
Yep.
There's a part where the main character goes down into the basement, and for some reason I don't know what it is with horror movies, but they're constantly leaving kids by
I
themselves
know.
in houses. Like, what's the deal with
And
that?
if you watched our other video about what was it, Halloween,
Yeah,
she
yeah
just leaves the
she
kids
left.
upstairs to say sleep tight.
Those
It's
kids,
all the
were
time.
older though. Like those kids were at least like
But
what, 7, 8 years
it's
old.
all the time. Like this baby was like
This was an infant. She was
4 months old,
yeah,
5 months old
something like
maybe.
that. Yeah, and she just it's an apartment building. She just leaves the baby
Yep. And goes down in the
in the bed
basement.
and goes down. And now, mind you, this is an apartment building. She goes into an elevator, goes all the way down to the basement to like a storage or something,
Yep.
and the baby's just upstairs by itself. And but that scene was kind of creepy because she goes in, she's like putting, I don't know, cardboard boxes away or something, but she's putting it away, and then like they did a good job with like the stroller comes like slowly
Oh, that was
creeping
so
out,
creepy.
like from like a few whatever storage bins down. It comes out, you can hear a baby crying. It gets louder, more like aggressive crying, and then she comes out, she sees it. Naturally, she's gonna walk up to it, and you're expecting something to kind of like jump out at you, because usually that's what horror movies do. They didn't do that, but they did like they did have something, like something reached for her hand
The
or something,
hand
right?
grabbed her arm, which made the symbol on her
Yeah,
forearm.
and then she runs off, and the thing's like not really chasing her, but you kind of get that feeling like something might be chasing her.
Yep.
And then she's in the elevator, and the elevator won't move because the power, of course, goes out.
Yep. So every time the door opens, she thinks
She's
she's going onto her floor. She's
Yeah,
not.
she's back, and she's still in the basement.
So she makes like a beeline for the exit.
Yep.
But I mean, even though we don't see, she is getting chased, because then by the end, where she's up at the top of the stairs, there's this thing in
Yeah.
like the dark.
Yep.
You can sort of see it.
That-
So that was really well done.
Yeah, that was our like first look at the demon. I mean, it's a demon.
They called it something.
Some kind of something about a goat, right? They were calling like a goat demon or something. I don't know, but it had like horns and stuff. And that's our first look at the actual
ram.
Was it a ram?
That's what it was. It was
okay,
a ram.
it was our first look at the demon. Was in that scene. So that was pretty good. That was a very cool part right there. I'm trying to think what else. I know the ending. The ending was kind of keeps you on your toes a little bit, because she starts to like she's in the house with a friend, and the friend gets kicked out of the apartment building by the demon, and the demon kind of like starts playing tricks with her. Like she can see that like the doll is like everywhere she turns. The baby's missing. You can hear the baby crying, but it's missing. The demon first says that it wants the baby soul, and obviously she doesn't want to give the baby soul away. But then after the demon then says that, pretty much in writing, he's writing like with crayon on the ceiling, saying that he'll take her soul instead. And there's one scene in it where she sees the doll in the crib, and she picks up the doll, she freaks out, she starts like hitting the doll's head on the crib and stuff, and throws it down. And then after, the camera panned back, and you could see the baby on the ground. So they actually, like, you're like, oh my God, she actually just killed her own baby. And then obviously you find out it's not what you think it is, but
It was terrifying, mind you, for that like 4 seconds. They made you believe that instead of the doll being rammed up against the bed frame, because
crib.
she was so frustrated, you're thinking, oh my God, she was hallucinating that it was the doll, but really it was the baby.
Yeah.
So yeah, that part kind of made you super uneasy for like the 4 or 5 seconds that they made you believe.
Right. It was a pretty good movie. I liked it. It was obviously deals with supernatural stuff, obviously, and I've always been interested in that. I've always liked those kind of movies, because with those kind of movies you can break the rules more, as opposed to like a slasher.
Not just that, this horror movie actually had a good backstory. A lot of horror movies are just horror movies, but this one actually had a really good backstory about a cult and the girl that supposedly
Oh, you mean like how the doll, like how this whole
Yes.
thing
Yep.
started? Okay, yeah.
Sorry, I should have worded it better.
Yeah,
but
no, it's all right. But yeah, that's right. Because in the beginning, that like we were talking about, where the neighbors got killed,
it's actually the neighbor's daughter called Annabelle.
who had run away, and her boyfriend were from a cult, and they came back, and they killed their mom and dad. The mom and dad. Then they come over to the neighbor's house, and she falls in love with the doll. She likes the doll. She ends up. I believe they said it was suicide, right? So she killed herself
It was part of like the cult ritual, so she could live on
through the doll,
through
pretty
the doll.
much.
Yep. So when she like sliced her throat,
And she did
some
the
of
symbol.
her blood. Yep. She did the symbol on the wall. Some of her blood teardropped into the doll's eye,
Right, and that's pretty much what
and
kind
she
of
was
did it.
like linked to that doll.
Right. See, that's where the whole Chucky connection comes from, because it was very similar in the Child's Play movie. But yeah, so that was kind of cool. I thought that was a pretty cool part, and they did a good job too. There was another scene that was really, really good, really nicely done. The camera's back you see a little girl in a white
Oh my gosh, that was
like
terrifying.
robe or nightgown,
I think
whatever.
it's a
She's
nightgown.
she's at the end of like the hallway kinda, and the main character, she can see her, and she's kind of like who are you? Are you okay? Type of thing. She starts running, and then as she's running, the door starts to close. But before it fully closes, she hits the door back open, and now it's the adult,
The adult version of her.
the adult version of her, which was the daughter of the neighbors, now coming at the camera and at the main character. That was such a cool little a cool way to do it. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
thought that was
cool
really neat.
transition.
Yeah, I thought that was really neat that they did it that way, where it seems like it's all in one take, where the little girl is running, and then the next thing you know, it's all of a sudden
Yeah, that was
her
very
older.
freaky.
Yeah, I mean, I like these kind of movies. I like the slasher movies, but the paranormal ones, they have their own set of rules, because when you watch like a killer, like I said, with like Jason and stuff like that, they're great, but it never made sense when they're walking, the other person's running, and they somehow always manage to get ahead of them or whatever. With this, it's paranormal, so they can pretty much do whatever they want. They don't have to follow the same rules, you know?
So I struggle with these movies because I'm not big on paranormal movies. They scare me a lot. So like I said, it's kind of funny. I'm doing this challenge with paranormal movies, but it was I will admit, it was a very, very good movie. Worth a shot. Even if you're not really into those movies, it is worth a shot.
Yeah, about an hour and 40 minutes, I think it was.
Yeah,
So
it's
it's
not
not
long.
long.
Yeah.
I mean, it definitely makes me want to watch the other ones, because we have the collection.
Yep.
So, but yeah, I enjoyed it. It was pretty good, and that was our, what was it, sixth movie of the
Sixth
challenge.
movie, tomorrow's
So,
7.
so tomorrow's number 7. So
We appreciate you guys following us on this Halloween
movie challenge.
Halloween movie challenge.
Yep. Thank you guys very much for watching. Right? Please like, comment, and subscribe.
And so you don't miss any of our videos, hit that bell notification.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys.